Good morning, Facebook Live and Joslyn fans. I am Rebecca, the program director for the Joslyn Center, and this is episode 95 of the Joslyn Variety Show. And it is our favorite day, Terrific Tuesday, which means it's our Arts and Crafts and Recipes Day, and we have a very fun craft for you guys right after we do our stretch and warm up with Veronica. And most importantly, don't forget this afternoon is bingo. We have Bling and Bingo at 2 o'clock here on Facebook Live. And if you need any help getting started, if you need a bingo card, if you need to know how to use Facebook Live, just let me know. Give me a call, shoot me an email. We will get you all set up because the more the merrier. Bring your friends. It's free. And we have really cool prizes. So let's do our stretches with Veronica. We will show you our awesome craft for today. And we will kick off our Tuesday right. Thank you, Rebecca.
Hi, everyone. Okay, let's just do a quick warm-up. We're going to do some light stretching before we surprise you with our Terrific Tuesday. Okay, so we're reaching up, inhale, and exhale. And if you can see it, my legs are doing a little bit of a march here. One more, reach up. And again, if you're by yourself, really, when you exhale, just let it out. Okay, all right. So let's swing our arms a little bit, raise our knees up a little bit higher, get our blood flowing, get some oxygen moving around our body a little bit more than it already is. We're gonna enjoy some stretching. So I think it was last week or so, we stretched the bottom of our feet. We're gonna do that again today. And I'm thinking mobility. So let's do a couple stretches that you might do just as you get out of bed in the morning. Okay, all right, but let's start with our head. Okay, so let's look side to side. So do a little stretching for our neck. And look over your shoulder. And now come back on the other side. Keep breathing. Okay, head forward and just let your chin fall to your chest. If you want, you can bring your hands and place them on your head. Again, do not pull your head down, just place your hands there for a little added stretch. Okay, good. That's important to do. Let's rotate our shoulders. We know how good that feels. Take your time, make big circles, and go forward. Keep breathing. Okay, and remember your posture. Your shoulders are always back and down. Okay, back and down. All right, so if you have a chair or a countertop, you want to just come up close to your chair. Actually, scoot back. So let's do our hamstring stretch first. Our hamstring sciatic stretch all the way down, low back all the way down. So let's create a right angle with your body. Your back is straight, and you're just hinging at the hips, just bending at the hips. Now, flatten your back, and keep breathing. Inhale, exhale. And start taking notice of what's happening. So you feel the stretch going up the back of your legs. And if you really make a sharp right angle with your body, you've got your torso parallel with the floor. You can feel that stretch creeping up into your lower back. And you're still breathing, right? Now to come out of it, take little baby steps forward. Start to curve your spine up. And you're standing back up. Now put one leg behind the other. Your feet are hip width apart like you're standing on skis. Your legs are straight, so feel that back leg. You're gonna feel that stretch going down, down into your Achilles, right down into your heel. You're gonna feel it coming up your calf muscle. Now bend that back knee. Just bend it slowly. Bend that back knee. And be careful, take your time. You're making that stretch a little bit more intense. Now bring your heel off the floor and step into your toes. So your back heel is up, You're stepping into those toes in the back. You're stretching that muscle, the muscles underneath the feet, or excuse me, on the bottom of the feet. And you can roll around on the ball of your foot while you're doing that very gently. And then just relax. Put your heel down and then switch legs. So the other leg goes in the back, straight leg. And your torso is upright. So feel the stretch going down into your heel, up your calf muscle in your lower leg. Now start on that back leg again. Start to bend that knee. Bring it towards the floor. Bend that knee. You're going to make that stretch a little bit more intense. Now bring your heel up so you come right into your toes. So the back foot, you're up on your toes, stretching the muscles on the bottom of the foot. It's easy to not think about stretching the bottom of the foot, but we need to because you don't want to have that ever be too tight. Okay? And just relax. Maybe just relax with a little bit of swinging. We're going to bring our surprises in, show you what we've been working on. Okay? Let me go get those.
Thanks, Veronica. All right. So I am going to scoot us up a little closer so we can see what we've got today.
Do that one. Go ahead. Okay. Here we
We're
go.
being very careful because it's a little fragile.
How's that?
Perfect.
Okay.
Judy, you want to kick us off?
Good morning, everyone. So, what we are doing today is that we're trying to create a terracotta look using glass vases. And here's an example of the glass vase. And each one of these three are actually glass vases. And this is a design. What we did was that we mixed paint with one spoon of baking powder. Now I cheated, I added more just so you get kind of a rough consistency. So I did this is my first layer. And then I decided to get creative, and I actually put a little bit of gravel in my paint. I know that sounds weird, but what I'm trying to do is get a textured look. So I mixed the paint together and the gravel, and then I put baking powder in. So that's all you do. And really the recipe says 1 teaspoon, but I kind of cheated and did a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is just paint this over my vase vase. I grew up saying vase. And you can see the textures coming through. They're terracotta texture. Now, I don't have to do this all evenly. I could leave some spaces or whatever you call them, just for the effect, right? So you see I'm getting the gravel look there to give it texture. And then mix it some more. So I started out with brown, and then the second coat that I'm doing, I mixed a little bit of white in with the brown to lighten it up, just for contrast, a little bit of contrast.
I like the texture. I can see the little.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Yeah.
And there you go.
And then we have a couple different options, or a couple different varieties. So
So
3 of
what-
us all made one, and we made different colors on ours. But all three of them are just your basic glass vases. Oh, no, she painted her bottom. But if you look on the inside, you can kind of see where there's still light coming through because that is glass. So it's kind of a faux terracotta look. If you don't want to pay terracotta prices. For instance, I bought this for $2 at Revival. It's just a glass jar, and painted it with the paint and baking soda. And now it looks like it could be a terracotta pot, and you could put your decorative stuff in here. I painted just a little bit on the inside so it wouldn't be shiny, but you can see down at the bottom where I didn't paint, it is shiny. You can see my finger.
I love the color you got there.
And then show us yours, Veronica.
Okay, so my mixture came out a little bit thick. I don't want to chance to back that up. So I mixed the baking powder with my paint. I took blue and red, and then just a little bit of white, thinking I was going to get lavender. But you never know when you mix paints. They're all different, but usually blue and red will make purple. I love the color it came out. And so I started to, and I decided this. This is a smaller vase. You can see how small it is. So I decided to tape off the rim. And I used painter's tape, that blue tape that we've used before. And I started to brush it on my piece. And then I started to notice that the paint mixture was starting to thicken up on me. But I just went for it, and I just kept painting it on. There's thick and thin areas. I let it dry. And then as it dried, it started to pull away, creating a very interesting texture. So I just let it do what it was doing. And because it became a little bit more delicate, because it started to flake a little bit, I very carefully, I took it outside 2 different times, and I sprayed some a clear coat of spray on it. And then what I decided to do was, Rebecca has this Mod Podge, so you could put a protective layer over most things. And I put a coat on there, and it's great. So you don't even need that much. This is water soluble, so when you want to clean up, you just rinse with water. I have a little bit in this cup. And but I'm sure if you haven't seen this, then you it's a great product because you can use it on so many things. A lot of times people use it on puzzles and that. So I very carefully just added a coat on here. And I can feel where my first coat of Mod Podge really did seal in those flecks. And I left my bottom open as well. You can see it's a little glass base. So you can actually take it right up on the glass, it doesn't matter, because what it's going to do is when it's dry, it's going to dry clear. So it's good that you can see it on the white, because then you see exactly where you're putting it. So I'll finish the coat on my own off camera, but that's what I've done on there. So once it dries, it'll be a clear coat. And if I ever want to wash it for whatever reason, I would just do so very carefully, just maybe with my hand, a little dish soap and water. The inside has not been painted, so I can clean it however I want if I should need to. But it's interesting how we 3 did the same thing and we all had different results. So it's fun that way. You never know what's going to happen.
It's a good customizable project. So you've got some options on how you want to make it. You can add some gravel, so you get a whole lot of texture in there. You can do just baking powder and paint like this one, or you could throw a coat of Mod Podge on top and give it a little bit more of a sheen. So if you guys try this, let us know. I would be very interested to see how they come out. Let me turn this around so that I can see you. There we go. All right, so that is our Terrific Tuesday. Thank you. Don't forget, we have bingo up next at 2 o'clock. So come back here on Facebook Live to join us for that. And we will see you in a couple of hours. If you guys need any help, give me a holler. And have a great Tuesday.
Yeah.